Force and strong in your family.
Force is strong in my family.
Pass on what you have done.
Father has it. I have it. My sister has it.
I was once a Jedi Knight, the same as your father. He was the best star pilot in the galaxy.
This is where the fun begins.
And a cunning warrior.
You were my brother, Anakin. I loved you.
And he was a good friend.
There's something about this boy.
There's so many. Do they all have a system of planets?
Most of them.
Has anyone been to them all?
Not likely.
You refer to the prophecy of the one who will bring balance to the Force. You believe it's this boy?
I want to be the first one to see them all. Are you an angel? They're the most beautiful creatures in the universe. Can I ever see you again?
I saw my mother. She's suffering, Padme. Stay with me, Mom. I won't lose you, Padme.
Something terrible has happened. Young Skywalker is in pain.
Stop now, come back. I love you. Master Skywalker, there are too many of them. What are we going to do?
What have you done? Liar!
Change your hair.
Same jacket.
I think you just can't bear to let a gorgeous girl like me out of your sight.
Wasn't all bad, was it? Some of it was good.
You have your moments. Not many of them, but you do have them. Pretty good. The Jedi were real.
I used to wonder about that myself. Thought it was a bunch of mumbo jumbo. The Force, a Jedi. It's all true. It's the Resistance.
I got him! Great kid!
I'm getting pretty good at this.
Don't get cocky!
That's one hell of a pilot!
I'll not leave you here. I've got to save you.
You already have. Luke, you were right about me. Tell your sister you were right.
First of all, can we take a moment and applaud LeBreton's incredible work on that amazing tribute entitled Fearless. Without that video, this one would not be possible. That video is truly one with the Force, which is why we are here. As it turns out, Star Wars is far more important than we ever thought. The Force is real. The Jedi are real. And it's not philosophical or metaphorical. We'll be using metaphors and philosophy to understand how it's all true. But the fact is, it's all literally true from a certain point of view. Because we'll be discussing concepts and ideas that could be considered religious and are most certainly spiritual, I want all to know, if you call these ideas by another name, I'm not saying this is the only universal truth. What I am saying is it's the universal truth because it does not take away from any ideas you may already have. What it does is add understanding and perhaps some new ideas as well. To begin to understand how important the Star Wars franchise truly is, we must first understand the 2 or 3 most literal aspects of the franchise: the Force, the Jedi, and the Sith. We'll start with the Force and work our way down to the asshole. Oops, sorry, I Sithed myself. Moving on. For those who have an understanding of the Force, I'm sorry, but I have to explain the rest of this for the younglings and Padawans whose ideas of the Force could be quite foggy. The Force is the energy field that surrounds us all at every moment and second of our life. It guides us, it empowers us, it rejuvenates us, and it makes the impossible possible. Does that mean calling a lightsaber to your hand? Perhaps, with enough training. But there are far more important aspects of the Force. The Force allows us to do things our heart truly desires, not the things our minds wish to try. If you know of the power of manifestation, or quantum physics, if you have ever made a wish that came true, said a prayer that you felt was heard, created an incredible work of art, or did something you never thought possible, then you have all used the Force. With time, training, and discipline, you can master the Force and become a literal Jedi. The first step is learning patience, which is the key to unlocking your Jedi abilities. The second step is trusting completely in the Force, allowing it to guide you, listening to it, and abiding it. The final step is having compassion for all things. For those who are like, well, how the fuck do you do that? I know, right? People say shit like that all the time and expect everyone to be on the same page. Some people are like a couple of chapters behind, and that's totally okay. For those of you playing catch up, here's a breakdown. To learn patience, you must practice meditation, and the easiest way to do that is by simply closing your eyes and breathing in a slow, steady manner. Focus on this for a while. Then, once you are able to control your breathing and are in a calm state of mind, instead of trying to think, simply feel your thoughts. Do not think about them. Feel them and let them pass. Once you are attuned to your feelings and are in a calm state of mind, if you practice Jedi Focus, how do you do this? You simply slow down your breathing and control your expression of emotions. It allows you to feel everything, but it also enables you to control how those feelings would make you act. If you master this, you will begin to hear the Force, which can come in plenty of surprising ways. I've heard the voices of Robin Williams, Carrie Fisher, Gene Wilder, George Carlin, Luke Skywalker, my father, Walt Disney, Jesus Christ! Yeah, him too. Songs have randomly started playing in my head, and I knew it was for a reason. And I even knew the reason. I would have thoughts in whatever I was doing, playing a game, watching a movie, listening to music, meditating with my lightsaber, which can mean two things. In any case, my thoughts and the things I was doing would sink in a way I had never known before. Now, for the people screaming, "He's a schizo!" I've had a history of mental illnesses. That was never one I had. Also, considering I've never felt this much bliss, been this in control of myself, to feel calmer than I ever have, to be filled with more empathy, compassion, and a desire to do good for others? If this is insanity, maybe we all need to hop on board the crazy train. When you abide the Force, nothing but good things happen for you. You are able to do anything you set your mind to, so long as the intention comes from your heart, and so long as you are filled with compassion for others. Compassion is the final step to unlocking your full Jedi potential. Without compassion for yourself and others, you're doomed to walk a Sithy path. And we'll get to that one in a moment. If you care for others, as much as you care for yourself, and think of others as well as yourself, then the Force will always be with you. And that means you get the stuff you truly want. And like a good kid on Christmas, you truly get to enjoy the gifts that the Force bestows upon you. For those wondering how to care for others and themselves at the same time, this should be easy, unless you're around a Sith. A Sith will lie, manipulate, abuse, and terrorize. Basically, they'll do any rotten thing their fearful minds order them to do. A Sith does not trust in the Force. A Sith uses the Force. A Sith tries to control the Force. The Force never works through a Sith because a Sith is afraid of giving control of themselves to the Force. But it is the only way to feel everything and never lose control. What is truly tragic is the Sith fear loss more greatly than anything else. No matter what that loss is, the fact that they feel the need to control things is why they always lose them. The Force never truly takes away the things we need or the things we love. It may give them back in a packaging that seems unfamiliar, which could scare us at first. But we must learn to be grateful to the Force for all it gives us. It will never stop giving us the things our hearts desire if we are always one with the Force. Those who are not one with the Force should be left alone, unless they pose an immediate danger to someone's life, literally, and this must not be an assumption. Siths can return to the light and become Jedi once more. They just need to know they're welcome within the Jedi ranks. Now, we can begin to understand just how important Star Wars truly is. We are learning politics, spirituality, and the cost of war, discovering the Force, Jedi, and Sith. We know these things by many names. These are just the ones that have the deepest meaning for a great many of us, and the ones which helped us comprehend these deeply complex ideas. Which is partially why Star Wars is so important. But more than what it teaches us, Star Wars matters now more than ever, because of what it used to be able to do for us. Our love of Star Wars brought us all together, to go on a fun adventure, to feel love, humor, excitement, and to learn what it means to stand together in the face of overwhelming odds. Star Wars fans once loved one another before the dark times, before the Empire was nearly destroyed by its own fans who were corrupted by the dark side's influence. When we all needed an escape, Star Wars returned to our lives. It came back with a fresh story, one that incredibly tied the entire Skywalker saga together, and even brought a deeper meaning to its generational storyline, while offering new and vital lessons on the Force, and being some of the most fun movies in recent memory. You can disagree, but that is what the films did, if you allowed them to. If you only wished to see the film or story you wanted, then you missed out on the story we all needed. Rey is all of us who grew up on Star Wars. She teaches us, no matter our lineage, we can choose our identity. And we can choose our identity based on the things that have the deepest meaning in our lives. The things that make us feel serene bliss. The things which empower us. She teaches us it's okay to fail, so long as we keep improving ourselves. She teaches us that our love and good hearts can make us more powerful than anyone, no matter our training, no matter our skills. We can do anything, so long as the desire is strong and the intentions are pure. If Luke was meant to be a Jedi Master and teacher, then seeing our greatest hero give up and fail the galaxy should be the greatest lesson of all. That if we're Luke Skywalker, we can never stop believing in ourselves. We can never give up the calling. If we do, the Force will become unbalanced once more, and a new generation will have to step up to the plate. This new generation will of course be much stronger and more determined than the last, because while the last became disillusioned, there is something different within us, a spark, one that never burns out. This spark is only possible because of the generation who came before. They did not fail us. We failed each other. Of course Luke is not perfect, or the greatest Jedi Master. He just had the most heart, and that means if he is our hero, if we see who he is, then we see his faults, because we can learn from them, and that's what he'd want us to do. If we fail to learn all we can from our heroes, then we will fail them. If we pick the wrong heroes, we will fail ourselves. If our heroes give up, then we must be there to remind them their duty is to the Force, not their pride or ego, and we must show them. If their Padawan refuses to give up, what's their excuse? If we all stood together sooner, maybe our heroes would not have to make some grand stand on their own and fade into the Force. But even if they have faded into the Force, we cannot give up, or else all they fought for will be lost forever. If you found the video informative and entertaining, please share it everywhere for all to see. Most of the time, my videos go unnoticed due to the overwhelming amount of content that's out there. So if you were moved by this video, the Force told me it can do great things for the world if enough people see it. Not because I'm some great hero, but because the Force wants us all to remember what Star Wars truly means to each and every one of us. May the Force be with you all, always.
These are your final steps, Rey. Rise and take them.
Rey. Bring back the balance, Rey, as I did.
In the night, find the light, Rey.
Every Jedi who ever lived lives in you.
The Force surrounds you, Rey.
Let it guide you.
Feel the Force flowing through you, Rey.
Let it lift you.
Rise, Rey.
We stand behind you, Rey.
In the heart of a Jedi lies her strength.
Rey, the Force will be with you. Always.